What's going on, guys? You're hanging with Hardy Tech. Welcome to a tutorial. I don't do many of these because I don't like doing tutorials very much, but something that I've probably been asked too many times to count definitely is how do you make a layout for, if you guys have ever seen my videos before, you know that in almost all my Pokemon videos I have a layout around it, the video and everything. And I've given them away in the past, but I've never shown you guys how to make one. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be making the layout for Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke, which I don't know when this video is going to be released. I don't know if it's started or not, but yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. And I don't know how long this is going to take. Normally I don't pre-plan my layouts. I just think of ideas as I make it. But since this is going to be a tutorial and I can't spend like 2 hours sitting here thinking what to do next, I did draw a preview of it on paper for what I want it to look like. So I have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. So let's get started. You do need, what is this? Do you want to change the color scheme to improve performance? Let's go with that. I don't know. So you do need Photoshop. I don't think it matters what version. I have CS5. Don't ask me how to get Photoshop because I'm not going to answer. There's plenty of tutorials on how to do that. I'm not going to give you guys Photoshop, okay? So to get started, just create a new project, which my computer's being nice and slow already. Maybe I should have gone to that basic color scheme. Either way, width you want to be 1280 and the height is 720. I just want to warn you guys now, I'm not very good at tutorials, so I'm sorry if this isn't that helpful, but I'm trying my best here. So the very first thing I ever do when I'm making a layout is I put the little area where the window will be, where the border will be. And there's two sizes you can do. You can do 1280 by 720, or this is a little hard to explain. You can do variations of 1280 by 720 or 720 by 480. I've done both. Fire Red Omega and of Quartz, both those layouts had a video window that was a 720p. What? Okay, yeah, let's go to the Windows Basic one, I guess. And all the other ones have all been 720 by 480. So my screen just went black because it's changing color schemes. There we go. And I got a Skype message, and yeah, I just uploaded a video. So I'm gonna be doing 720 by 480 in this one. So what I do for that is I open a new video, or I open a new project, and I make it 720 by 480, and then I click OK. And then now you have this window. And what you want to do, just make it any other color besides white. Black will do. Then take your move tool or rectangle marquee tool, select the whole thing, copy it, Control C, and then paste it. And there you go. You have a new layer. Now we will deal. Actually, let's just work on this right now. So, no, one more thing. What I want to do on this layout is have it on the top say Platinum in big letters, and then Randomizer over it but in smaller letters. So first I got to choose the font, and I have way too many fonts. I want it a nice solid sleek kind of font. So let's choose maybe Impact. No, I think I've used Encore. Ooh, what is this called? Ethnocentric. Let's see how that looks. Let's type out all caps Platinum. That could work. Now let's stretch it out to match the width of the video, and right about there. Looks good. And then raise it up. By the way, for the shortcuts, if you want to go to the move tool, press V. For the rectangle marquee, press M. For text, T. It's pretty simple stuff. So let's get to work on making Platinum look awesome. So open the blending options and let's change the color overlay to a silvery kind of color. Let's put a stroke on it because strokes are amazing. Let's make that 5 and maybe make it darker gray. I don't want it full black. That looks good. Let's go with that. And let's put inner shadow. No, I don't want that. Not a drop shadow. How about inner glow? Ooh, that looks awesome. Let's put an inner glow. Put it all the way to 100. And we'll just, what happens if we put it on normal? Yeah, let's put it like that. And what about bevel and emboss? Do we want that? The normal, that bevel emboss looks horrible. Let's fool around with the settings, see if we can get anything that looks out. I've used pillow emboss way too much. I want to go with something different. Stroke emboss, that actually looks pretty awesome with the inner glow. I like the effect that it has. So, do I want to go with that? Or let's see what it looks like down. Yeah, you know, let's go with that and just leave the size and everything. So that'll be our platinum, and looks like I'll have to start randomizer over here and keep it all in caps. Randomizer. All right, now we'll put this probably like right there. Let's center. Oh, here's how you center things. You want the rectangle marquee tool. Choose the entire space, then click the move tool, and you'll see these options here. This one centers it horizontally, and this one centers it vertically. So let's center it horizontally. Looks like it's already centered. Alright, now let's copy this effect and paste it onto this. But of course that looks a little, I don't know, they clash too much. So let's mess with the effects a little bit on the randomizer. Like we'll lower the stroke to 4. Maybe if we change the stroke. Oh, what if we maybe reverse the colors? How about maybe a drop shadow on, I don't know. Let's try maybe you know, that looks fine. We'll come back to that later if I don't like it. So now let's get started working on the game windows. So to create the border around it, what I want to do is hold control and click on a little thumbnail preview for the border. Now it'll make an outline. Then you want to make a new layer. Make sure the rectangle marquee tool selected. Right click in this area, click stroke, and we'll just leave it at default for now. We can change it later, and I'll just make this invisible in case I want to change that later. And there is the border of where the game will be. So awesome. And now we get working on the border. Let's zoom in so we can see it better. And I want to keep the whole layout. Here's the tip: when you're making your layout, choose a color scheme. You want everything to look good together. You can't have like yellow in one corner and red over in the other. It all has to like look good together. So I'm going to try keeping with the same color scheme that I have with the text. Actually, one thing you can do is let's just paste the layer style onto here and then edit it like that. So you can't even see like the silver there. You can't even tell there's silver really. Yeah, barely. So let's, I don't know, maybe darkening it. Oh, I bet that's because of the inner glow. Yeah, there you go. All right, so let's lower the inner glow to maybe, you know, I think it's too small for an inner glow. Let's just have the color overlay as like a lighter color so we can see it better. A white could work, yeah. And should we add something else? Maybe a drop shadow? No, that would look like outer glow. I wish there was an outer shadow. Like there would be like a shadow coming out of all sides, not just drop shadow. That would look cool. Let's add, I think that'll work for now. Like I said, I can make changes later if I don't like it. So this is where our game screen will be. I want to make sure that's centered because I want it to be right in the center of the entire thing. And all right, there we go. Make sure both of our text layers are, oh, and to select multiple layers, just hold shift while you're clicking them and you'll select the multiple layers. All right, those are all centered. Now let's move the game screen up a little bit to right about there. Looks good. Alright, so next I'm going to work on the area Pokemon, and for this one I decided I want to have like a quarter circle coming out of the side of the screen and then have the words area Pokemon like next to the outer side. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the elliptical marquee tool. Let's zoom out, so that's zooming in. Zoom out so I have like plenty of room to work here. So let's take the, oh, here's a huge thing. When you're using marquee tools and stuff and you want to keep them It's hard to explain. Like not all. Like here, I'll show you example. You don't want it to look like this. You want it to be a perfect circle. Just hold Shift, and it'll stay a perfect circle like so. So let's just make it like that. Make a new layer, and right click and click stroke, and leave it at default. All right, now let's zoom back in, and we have a circle to work with. So let's get back up in the corner. Select our move tool and choose where we want this to be. How about right about there. Now I'm going to work on the text next, because the text is probably going to be the hardest part of this, because yeah, so let's type out area Pokemon, bring this in. Now this is the part I'm not looking forward to, because I got to get it to bend around this circle, and I'm not really 100% sure how to do this. Let's go into this. Let's choose arc. Yes, I don't think that's right, but we'll see. Let's bend it. We want it to bend that. Oh, maybe this isn't as hard as I originally thought. We gotta just like see how far does it have to bend. So let's turn it now. Okay, we gotta make it smaller first. And when you're making things smaller, like text objects, hold Shift when you're dragging it in, so it'll keep the same ratio. You don't want it getting all messed up. So let's drag that over. Oh, that's got to be a lot smaller. About it's probably going to be even smaller than that, but that'll work for now while we're editing the bending of it. It's got to bend some more, maybe. That might be too. Oh, well, I don't want to mess with this. I want to bend. What does vertical do? Oh, that's wrong. Leave it on horizontal. I don't know. Let's go in and turn it some more. See if we can match it up well. It's not bending enough is the problem. So let's maybe see, edit, transform. Which one do I want? I think maybe skew is what I want. This looks like it. Oh, I think we got something that's working now. I want to drag it in, please. Maybe let me drag it in. Oh, okay. So yeah, skew looks like it's the right thing for the job. Let's connect to this. Drag it in this way. Is there? I didn't realize that there's a shortcut for skew or not. There is not. That's a bummer. Okay, let's move it in closer. Bend it a little more. Maybe not that much. And oh, you can use the arrow keys, by the way, to make moving it easier. Drag it in. Maybe like that. Go to edit. This can be very time consuming, as I'm sure you guys can tell, especially when you don't know what you're doing. Oh, that's too much. This is like the first time I'm ever using skew, so it's very easy to mess up if you have no idea what you're doing. Like apparently I have no idea what I'm doing, because I'm just messing this up so much right now. Let's try going into bend again. Ooh, how's that work? How's that look? I think we gotta fix the skew a little. I think skew messed it up a little too much. It helped. It helped it, but I think I skewed too much. So he's like right there. The P is sticking out too much, and that's annoying me. Maybe. Ooh, I think we're getting somewhere with this. You know, let's add the layer style to that and see what it looks like. Oh, that's a lot bigger than it should be. Let's make the stroke much smaller. 2. Yeah, and let's also add it to. Let's add this one. Copy layer style and paste it to the circle. Got to make the stroke a lot smaller. Let's go with 3. And now we can move area Pokemon around, because we know exactly how it's going to look. So that looks, you know what, that looks good. So let's go with that. And what did I just do? I made it smaller. There we go. Okay, you know what, that looks fine. Now let's just preview what it would look like if there was a Pokemon there. So let's go to our pictures. Pokemon, let's just choose Shroomish. Now we oh, that's right, it's still on circle. Go back to rectangle. So we copy Shroomish, paste him in, make sure he's underneath the circle when we do it. And we will make him smaller. Not too small. I just want like face shots of the Pokemon here. That'll work for Shroomish anyways, because his like whole body is his face. We'll get rid of the rest of him. And okay, so but I want to have the area Pokemon be like a different color background from everything else. So we got to make this area right here a different layer. And to do that, we will use our pen tool. And we'll just make a little line going all the way through this little area here. You don't have to be perfect as long as you're in the little border there. And there. Okay, so then you right click, make it make selection. Just leave it as is, press OK. Make a new layer. Go to your fill tool. Let's make this let's make it like a light gray kind of thing, and just paste it in there like that. And make sure you move it underneath poor Shroomish because he's all blinded because of that. Alright, and there we'll have that a different color when we go to change the background color of the whole thing. Now we have little Shroomish popping in there looking all awesome. So next let's add the badge case, and for this one I want to have the badges hanging out below the game screen. So yes, let's close all these windows. So the next thing we got to do is import the badges, which will be Sinnoh. Why do I have Relic badge twice? I don't know. Let's delete that before I forget that I have it 2 times for some reason. Let's delete it. Alright, and all these pictures you can find in my GFX pack I gave away back at 2K subs. Just go on my channel and search GFX pack and you should find it. Let's get back to the start. Choose the beacon badge. And oh, a huge thing. When you're making layouts, there's going to be a lot of files. So you need to use folders to keep everything organized. To create a folder, just create the new group thing. You can double click it to rename it. We'll name this badges. And then you can just put things inside that. So let's nickname these as I put them in because I won't remember what these are called. Beacon badge. Alright, put that there. Close that. Next up is coal badge. Nope, that's still the beacon badge. I forgot to copy apparently. Copy. Paste. There we go. We name this coal badge. I hope this is the order you get them. Is this going to be... No, this isn't the order you get them because forest badge is 3rd. I'll have to figure out the order later. I don't know the order of the Sinnoh badges very well. I know that the forest badge is 3rd for some reason. This is cobble badge. Close that. And next up is the fen badge. I'll just... I don't have to put these down there right now. I'll just leave them in the center. We can move them later. And it too, I don't remember if I already said this, but to rename files, you can either double click on them or you can right click and choose layer properties. CS6 does not have the layer properties file for some reason. I don't know why, so you have to right click on it, which in my opinion sucks. Alright, so you have to double click on it. I've grown to get used to double clicking, but for a long time I always just preferred right clicking on it and choosing layer options. That's the Icicle badge, 2 more. The mine badge. And the relic badge. Like I said, I have no idea what order you get these in. So I'll have to go look that up. Relic badge. Alright, so let's look up the order right now. I know forest badge is going to be 3rd, so let's move that into 3rd. I think the coal badge is... You know, let's just look these up now before I forget, because I will forget. And I should pause it while I'm looking that up, because I'm sure you guys can do this yourself. Where is Bulbapedia? You know, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just pause that and be right back. For the record, I was wrong. Forest badge is 2nd, because I'm just stupid. So let's get these in order on the layout really quick. Let's have fen, then forest, then cobble. Oh, was already in position because cobble's awesome that way. Cobble, then fen, then relic, and they won't be perfect right now, but we will work on that later. Then mine is the exact same as relic. That's something I did not pick up on earlier. Then icicle, then beacon should be down here. Alright, so let's fix that little problem we got with the mine and relic badge. Let's see which one's different. Mine is this one, relic is supposed to be this one. Oopsie. Let's open relic, delete this relic, paste in this relic because I made a boo-boo. My bad. Alright, so now we got all these 8 here. First thing we want to do is make sure they're all vertically centered. So just select all of them, make a box around them, choose your move tool, and choose the vertically center one. And there you go. They're all centered. Now, here's the difficult thing with this is making them like evenly vertical spaced. And this can be a serious pain. Oh, by the way, to bring up this grid, hold Control and press comma. Or if you're on Mac, I think it's Command, comma. I don't know. If I ever say Control and you're using a Mac, just assume Command, because they're the same thing pretty much. So let's not move these at all vertical, and let's just try to like make them all one space apart. Now this is never going to be perfect because it's, I mean, there is a way to make it perfect, but it like messes up what you need to do with the badges. So I'm not even going to bother explaining it because it won't, it'll just, it's not what you're supposed to do. I'll keep it as simple as that. So just bring up these grids and try to use them. That'll help you big time trying to space them out and make it look good. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a lot better than it was before, and that's really all that matters because no one's really going to notice if they're not perfect, but it's close enough. So that'll do. That'll be our badges. Now I'm going to choose what they look like before you earn them because they're not usually not going to be visible. So let's start off with maybe let's put the case around them first. Actually, put a nice fancy badge case for this one. Let's have maybe it's maybe a like reverse diamond thing kind of going. I'm not sure. Let's look at some custom shapes, see if we have anything here that intrigues me. Nope, not really. For some reason I have a lot less custom shapes than I should. I don't know where they all went, but it makes me very upset. So I know I have, which one of these has hiding all the shapes? I know one of you is. We have a polygon tool, ellipse tool, rounded rectangle, line tool, all these which are very, very, very useful. I highly suggest you take advantage of them. Let's try maybe the polygon tool. See, that was not what I was expecting, but it could work. Let's maybe make that, and then we'll just make this shape here. We'll just abuse it big time. Make like that maybe, and oh, this is not working how I thought it would at all. Never mind. I thought this would be so much better. Let's I did not plan out what the badge case would look like because I didn't think that much into this. Drag that below the video. You know what? That could work. Yeah, let's try that, see what that looks like. So first we have to center it. Very easy, just do what you've been doing with everything else. And that's not centered. Aren't the badges centered? No, they're not. That's right. Wow, that's... Oh, you know, this will be relatively easy to figure out. Select all the badge. What just happened? I don't want to know. Let's move that back to where it was. Oh, get rid of the box first. And to get rid of boxes, Control D. Let's just move these until they look centered. That'll do. Now let's get to work on this shape. Let's make it a rasterize layer first, and let's copy this layer style, paste it onto this one. That looks horrible. Let's try the text layer style. Let's see what that looks like on this box. That looks just as bad. Okay, this thing's gonna have to get a custom layer style because I don't know what I want to do with it. I want to make it look awesome. So let's open up the effects, make the stroke bigger. First of all, let's try 6 could work, maybe. How about the bevel? We don't need the bevel. The outer glow, It looks awesome. How about drop shadow? Let's make that. Or the inner glow looks awesome. Drop shadow. It's could be useful. Maybe let's put it on normal. Put the distance up. No, we don't want to move distance. Leave that at 0. And color overlays. I don't know. Do we want that? I guess we do. God, that looks so bad. But let's get rid of the top half of this because we don't need this anymore. Just select the top half you want to delete with the move tool, then click delete. Boom, it's gone. Just like that. So the bad thing about that is like the badges don't really look like they fit in there. So let's take off the bottom part of this, or we can just move it. Oh no, moving it up won't work. Okay, let's just oh, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Let's delete the bottom part of this. There we go. That looks better. All right. Oh, that's right. I forgot when you do blending options, all this weird stuff appears. So, oh, it's easy. Get rid of, make a new layer, and just merge the two together. And now you can delete stuff like this. And if you delete it, the layer styles won't get all broken and stuff. So, easy squeezy fix-a-rooney. Delete. Oh, God, that ruins the shadow. All right, let's take a bunch of steps back until we deleted the original part, which would be right there. All right, now let's make a new layer. So just click both of those, click merge layers. Now we can safely delete this without the layer styles breaking on us. No, we cannot. Okay, this is apparently going to be more difficult than I originally thought it would. But it's good because that, you know, teaches me what I'm doing wrong. Let's maybe layer via copy. Now we can. That didn't work. Let's, you know, let's duplicate this layer. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. Okay, let's duplicate, and we can drag this part up. I have an idea. Let's drag this part up, flip it vertically. That looks all weird now. Find the end wherever that's hanging out, which we'll put it right about there. That'll look good. Then we'll go back to this one, select the area we don't want, which is right here, delete it. Now put the new layer underneath the top one, move the top one down just a bit, right about there will do. And now we delete this part of the top one, like with an eraser, it will do, which makes a huge awkward gap in the shadow. So I'll have to fix that somehow. God dang it. Not really sure how to fix that yet. Give me a second. I'll work on something. Oh, I have an idea. Let's just maybe keep going back. I actually kind of like the way that looks. I like how it's, yeah, you know what? We're going to leave it like that. I think that looks actually pretty cool. So let's just delete the top half of this stuff. So we don't need any of that anymore. Delete and delete. Okay. I actually really like the way that was an accident right there. That's what happens when you make accidents. Stuff comes out awesome. But I think we have to make the badges smaller for once I activate, or once I put layers. Actually, whoa. I just realized the two triangles here are like very, very unbalanced. So let's move those over a bit. That looks better. There we go. Oh, I'm glad I noticed that. Maybe one side is like that a little bit. Alright, that looks better. I actually really like the way that came out. Okay, so let's get to work on the badges now. Let's work on the coal badge first. Go to layer styles. Don't know what that is. ignore it. If I doubt that popped up for you, just make a very small stroke, probably smaller than 2:1 should do. Bevel and emboss, drop shadow to 90, and let's see what that looks like with fill at 0. Oh, I like that. Okay, now we'll just copy that, and you know, actually let's see what an inner glow would look like right there. Not inner shadow, inner glow. Ooh, I like that effect. Yeah, we're gonna go with that, and then we just copy this and paste it to every badge, and you'll notice they now become invisible. And it's very easy when you want to make them invisible. You just change the fill back to 100%, and then boom, they're there. You might want to remove the inner glow. I'm not sure how the inner glow will look with the badge visible. I'll check in a second. Not when the badge is invisible. When you make it visible, sometimes the outer glow will look really weird, so you can just like make that part invisible. So let's see, without the outer glow. Yeah, actually no, it kind of looks, I'm not sure. I'll come to that someday when I actually have to worry about that, but for now I don't. So let's make it back like that, and that is our badge case. I like the way that turned out a lot, actually. Yeah, and you know what, let's take the, oh, I wish I would have had the layer style, because I was gonna say let's put that layer style on the video border so it'll like go together, but no, I don't have it. I'll have to try doing it from scratch really quick. So let's go to the video border, which is 2, remove the bevel, just see, how do we do this? Put an inner glow on it, I think it was. Put stroke at 3, maybe 4. Yeah, 4 will work. The color's fine, probably. Put a drop shadow on it. Make the size a little big. No, it's not make the size any bigger. Let's make spread, maybe. Yeah, let's make the spread a little bigger. Go for, oh, we don't want inner shadow. Don't want outer glow. Let's try, you know what, both those work. For color overlay, let's choose this, pick a color, pick this color, boom, and remove the inner glow because it's causing that weird effect. And alright, you know, now let's zoom out and see how that looks. That looks pretty awesome in my opinion. I like the way this is turning out so far. So next, let's see, let me look at my drawing here, my horrible drawing. Let's do the town name next. I want to have a, wait, I think one of the badges is actually clipping out here. Let's get a closer look. Yes, yeah, well, I don't like how close that is, so we're gonna make these badges just a wee bit smaller. So I just select the whole folder, dragging it just a little, make sure you're holding shift, and drag this side in just a little bit, and there you go. Alright, so it keeps its ratio. Now the badges aren't clipping out. Awesome. Next up, town name. I want to have the town name appearing in the bottom left corner here. So first off, let's just get started by typing like long town name, because some Pokemon town names are ridiculously long. You want to make sure you have enough room. But the problem I can see with this already is that this is a lot bigger than I thought it would be on my drawing. So I kind of ran into a problem, but this is good because problem solving is what I want to do. Maybe the town name doesn't have to be that big. I mean, it's not really that important. Problem solving time, people. Time to figure out how to put the town name where I want it to be. Maybe I don't want to put it above the video because Platinum Randomizer is already there. Let's try just like move it around, see if anywhere pops out to me. How about on this side? Wow, it could look good coming out there. I don't know. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. This is supposed to be like the easiest part. I mean, you just make a box where the town name will be. Simple as that. But no, it's got to make itself all difficult. Man, I don't want to put the town name in the game because that's not what the game area is for. Let's just have it be right in, you know, it'll work right in here. It doesn't need to be that big. So let's take the text from area Pokemon, copy it onto long town name, and I can work on the effects of that later because it looks a little weird for now. Now let's choose let's go with the rounded rectangle tool on this one, and we'll make a little rounded rectangle right over the town name. Move it up a little, put the box under town name so we can actually see it. And let's make the box as big as it can be without running into the badge box, just in case I come across any really freaking long name towns. So, because that always happens for some reason. I always think I make it big enough, and then this long name town comes out of nowhere and makes my job just that much more difficult. And that is like right on the edge. Wow. Let's move that up. And for effects, let's get the same. I really wish I could just copy the effects of this one, but nope. I have to try to redo it because life is just that difficult. We already have the color, which is nice. So let's take the stroke, which is a different color. We can't have that. So we will simply just choose this color right here. And then boom. Go for inner glow. And yeah, I think just like that, we already have the effect. Okay, that was simple enough. I was getting all paranoid it's going to be all difficult. So let's just put in a name. I think the starting name for Sinnoh is there's one that's Twin Leaf Town. I think that's Johto though. I can't think of any Sinnoh town names off the top of my head. So we're not going to put it. I think there's like Four Tree City. It's a Four Tree Badge. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's going to be the name of the town. Deal with it. So that's going to be the town name. I don't really care if it's too small because it's not really a big deal where we are. And if you can't see it, that's your problem. So next up, let's put the Pokemon that are going to... Actually, let's add the background color. Let's change the background color. I don't think normally I have like some kind of texture. This one, I think I'm just going to put like a dark gray. Like that. And well, I'll add. Wow, that actually blends in a little too much with the border. So let's make it even darker, maybe black. Let's look at my textures. I gotta have some texture that'll look good here. So desktop. Where's my GFX? Go to textures, which is right here. Metal. Ooh. I don't really see any good ones here. You gotta have something that looks really awesome, and I don't see it, but I did see one where this gray stripes. Actually, I have an idea for this one. Let's copy this and let's put it inside this for Shumashu. So I believe that is this one. Yeah, that's that one. Let's paste that. Just put it in there. Let's get rid of the rest of it with the eraser tool. Oh, I erased too much of it. Wow, that was unfortunate. Oh, and I know I did it like multiple times. So if you have to like go back several steps, it is Control Alt Z to go back more than one. Because normally if you just do Control Z, it'll go back one step. But if you hold Alt as well, you can go back like several steps. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it has a stripe there, and it just adds like a nice effect in my opinion. So let's stick with that. Let's see what the stripe looks like on the whole thing. Just drag it out like this. I don't want the Pokemon area to match it though. I want it to stand out. So just maybe put some kind of effect on this to make it look awesome. So let's go image, adjustments, human saturation. I want to make it darker. Become darker. Much darker. Even more darker. That may be a little, I don't know, that I actually like that. Oh wow, that looks good. Let's I don't know. I'm really picky about this stuff. I'm really picky about my layouts and like GFX in general. I can't really, like, it's hard to decide. It'll work for now. I could always change it later. That's like the big thing. But now that I'm like thinking about it, I really like want to put light colored stripes in the badge case. So and in the town name. So let's try that. Put it, where's the badge? I believe it is in this one. And let's stretch it out so it covers the badge case. We will change this to overlay, and that did not work the way I thought it would. I think next is alt that. I can't tell. No, there's no stripes there. Which setting do I want? One of these settings will make like the stripes appear there. I can't remember which one it is. So, or I could just put it on normal, and you can't even see the stripes anymore. That's, can't tell there's stripe. There's, oh, you can barely tell there's stripes there when it's over the badge. So let's control select the border. I want to select the border, and it's not selecting it. There we go. And control, I can't remember the command here. I think it's control shift I. There's a command that like inverses the selected areas, so it'll select everywhere but those areas. I can't remember what it is right now. Maybe control alt I. Nope, that's not it. Alt I. Nope. Oh, I'll go Google it. Google's your friend, people. Remember that. Alright, so I didn't even have to Google it. I just decided to test something and it worked. What you have to do is make sure you have the rectangle marquee tool selected, right click in this, and do select inverse. And everything but that area will be selected. Then you just click delete, and you can realize you have the wrong thing selected. Then you just click delete, and all of a sudden that disappears. Ooh. Then we will put this underneath that. I gotta figure out, and I gotta get just a border there is the next challenge. That shouldn't be too difficult. Now should it? Let's try to, okay, it could be too difficult. Why do I have to make things so perfect? That's my problem. I gotta make things too magical. If we lower the fill of this, we can, I don't even know if it's worth it. You can't even see the stripes there. So, yeah, I'm not even going to bother. That looks fine the way it was. I'm just getting all paranoid. I'm becoming my perfectionist self. And I don't have to worry about that because it was fine. So let's get back to the Pokemon like we originally were. In this one, I decided, what have I done before? Every layout I've had, the Pokemon have always been in boxes and boxes and boxes. So today I'm going to put them in circles like the area Pokemon here is. And to do that, we simply just go to our elliptical marquee tool, make a circle, and I have to make sure I can fit 2 here. So let's try this size, make a new layer, and right click and do stroke, and boom. Okay, so now the question is, can we fit 2 of these here? And the answer is, I will know in a second. Yes, we can fit 2. Alright, so what I want to do with these circles is have the color of the circle represent what type the Pokemon is. If they're a single type Pokemon, then both the outline and the background of the circle will be the same color. But if they're a multi-type, say like Bulbasaur, you know, he's grass and poison, and the outside of it, the border of it will be green, and the background will be purple. So let's work on something like that. And now is the time when folders are going to come in real handy. So let's get started with, let's name this party. Move this folder up. Now we got to take these 2 layers, put them inside this. Now we're going to make another folder and name this one Pokemon 1, and put these 2 in there. Actually, no, layer 2 is Pokemon 2. Never mind. I'll name this one Pokemon 2. Put that one in there. Get Pokemon 2 outside of Pokemon 1 because that doesn't need to be in there. And now let's work on Pokemon 1. Okay, so we got to make a border, a background for Pokemon 1. And to do that, we'll create a new layer. Select layer 9, hold control, click the little thumbnail, and that didn't work. Oh, I have an idea. I always have ideas. Select your elliptical tool, right click, do select inverse, and that'll create a lot of stuff. And we will choose our paint tool. Let's just choose white for now, just for now, because we will change it, and click inside the circle, and then boom, there's your background. Make sure your background is underneath your border, and it looks a little weird. It has like a little weird outline. Let's just, what is this? Could not transform because the initial bounding rectangle is empty. Wait a second. Oh, man, I messed up. I'm oops. Okay, make sure you have the new layer selected before you put the color in, and you will see it creates the whole area there is now white. But once again, we will fix this. It's not nearly as easy, but we will fix it. So just take your eraser tool and just erase everything, and you only have to do this once. I will show you why later, but you only have to do it once, so it's not that difficult. And for some reason, I always have fun erasing things. For some reason, just getting an eraser and just shaking it all over the screen is just a lot of fun. I don't know why, but it is. And try to avoid the area where the circle is right now, because you're going to need a much smaller eraser to handle all this. So we will just go around it as much as we can with the big one, and there we go. Now let's get a much smaller one and zoom in a lot. And now for now, you don't worry about going on the border because it won't do anything. See, like this, now you just go around and make sure you're on layer, for me it's layer 10, which has the inner as you can see, I made a little boo-boo right there. So there we go. Is that right there? So, yep. Okay, this can be difficult because the erasers can be a little deceiving sometimes on exactly what they're erasing. So try to click on like as little of the border as possible, and you should be safe. Like this, it's not erasing anything inside the border, which is what we want. And right there, I knew I'd make one mistake. Let's get this really quick. Go down. Continue our mission to erase all the white. And we almost have it. And there we go. Okay. Now we got all the white done. Now let's bring in a sample. But why does I don't like how much, like little, look how weird the outside edge looks. I don't like this. I don't know if it's because of the white or what, maybe. It's really bugging me how not perfect. Like this one's perfect and this one's all messed up for some reason. I think it's just little bits of white that are left over. Yeah, it's straightening out now somewhat. And it's I keep making, if anything, I could just take this one, the one from Pokemon 2, let's duplicate it and just drag it over, because for some reason it not being perfect is driving me insane. Okay, so that'll work. Now let's put that here. So let's bring in our sample poke. Was that the right? It looks like we're missing a little bit right in here. Let's take the whatever that's called, a brush tool. Make it white. Make it a lot smaller. Just go with like 7, and select layer 10 and just fill in all these areas right here, because it just looks weird. I don't want it to look weird. I want it to look awesome. Weird is not good. Well, weird is not bad, but for me, I don't like it looking weird. I like it looking like nice and clean. So and be careful. Oh yeah, that's why you don't like hold it down for a long time, because if you make a mistake, it like undoes everything you just did. So that's not something you want to happen. Alright, there we go. Looks nice and good now. So finally, let's bring in our sample Pokemon. Let's go to my Pokemon folder. Maybe, if it decides to open. Pictures, Pokemon, and let's bring in Summits. So let's go back to the rectangle tool, copy this entire thing, paste it in between those two layers. Then you know what, that looks pretty awesome right there. Just his head looks awesome. So let's get I don't, you know, I just realized, didn't I have a Salamence in Emerald named Awesome? And I just kept saying that looks awesome. Irony much? You know, I don't have to have it perfect right now because this is just like a testing Pokemon, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But just, you know, get rid of the rest of it. You can use a marquee tool, you can use an eraser. Just use whatever you want, people. It's as simple as that. And there you go. Alright, so for the outer ring, let's change the color to, I think he's what, Dragon Flying. So for Dragon, I'll go with I don't know, what color does Bulbapedia have for Dragon? Let's see. Because Bulbapedia does like the same kind of thing. Let's go Salamence. They use a light purple color. So and he's Dragon Flying. Okay. So let's do a light purple kind of color. That's a little too light. Oh, I just saw a color I really like. That looks like that could look good for Drew. That looks right about that. That's a good dragon color. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like copy the color that I'm gonna use for each one, and now I'm gonna paste it down so I know the code for each one. And the dragon, that's what it's gonna be. So when I have to change the color, I just copy the code, paste it in there, boom, it changes to that color. Simple as that. Alright, so that'll be dragon. And for flying, let's change the color to a not white. Let's have like a light gray, like that. That'll be gray, or that'll be flying. So let's put that in here, flying. Boom. All right, so that's what a Pokemon's gonna look like, and you can see a little bit of him sticking out right here. But when I start like actually making videos, it will be freaking perfect because I'm perfect that way. Let's get rid of white. We can like see the white standing out now too, which is actually really helpful because we can see where we have to delete it. So that'll do for the Pokemon. And now the problem is we got to make 6 of these. So an easy way to do that, first off, let's copy layer 10, move it into Pokemon 2, and then just move it on over. It looks really bad. Let's just try to perfect that really quick. Let's copy his layer styles over to this so we can actually see what the colors are supposed to be. Copy and paste. Alright, and that looks like we got it right on. Alright, so here's what you're going to want to do to get these Pokemon over. Just select both those boxes, press right click, choose duplicate layers. Or do we want that? No, we want can you only do one at a time? Maybe duplicate group. There we go. And we'll make this Pokemon 3, and then we'll do it the same thing to this one. We'll choose, what did I just do? I don't know what I just did. We'll duplicate group, call this one Pokemon 4, and put those in order the way, yeah, no, get in the freaking Pokemon thing, in the way we want this to look. And okay, there we go. Now select both Pokemon 3 and 4 and just move them down to where we want them to be. Using the arrow keys, I suggest that they don't get like really off course because that would suck. And then just, you know, quietly move them down, and look at that. Now we have 2 Salamence. And we can work on like spacing them out later, but for now that'll do. And then you want to do the same thing you did before. Right click on 3, make this one Pokemon 5. Right click on 4. I don't want group properties. I don't want group properties. And do Pokemon 6. Now we'll arrange. Oh, I don't want to put you in there. I'm sorry, Pokemon 4. You didn't deserve to be put in there. I'm just a big bully. Put that there. Put that there. Okay. Now select both 5 and 6. And now here's the tricky part. Making sure the space between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is the same as 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So once again, using the grid I showed you guys how to open that earlier, control comma, or not control comma, control apostrophe will help big time. And it looks like maybe right about there will work. Now let's zoom out and see how that looks alongside the video. And I want to put the Pokemon like right in the center of the side of the video. So let's move all 6 down to about there. That'll work. But now we have this whole right side that has nothing on it. But that's okay, because we're going to put a dead box there. Poor little dead box is coming back. So wait, let me look at my drawing. Did I have anything else planned? I had dead box. That's all I had for this side. So I got to get the whole dead box over onto this side. And to do that, we are going to... I haven't decided how I want to do the dead box, because I've done it multiple ways. One thing I could do is maybe have like the area Pokemon thing, like have a quarter circle and then just have a number for the amount of dead Pokemon. Because in Fire Red Omega, the dead box was a lot more crowded than I thought it would be. There wasn't enough room. I had to shrink them all down. So in Emerald it worked out well because I just had a number, and in Spirit Gold I didn't even have one. I think I'm just going to go with maybe a number again. So maybe let's... I don't know. See, I didn't like plan all this stuff through, so it's just like I'm doing it as it comes to me. So one thing that's kind of bothering me is you can see the stripes on this side like better than you can over on the left side. So I don't know, it's disturbing me so much. I'll probably end up replacing the stripes with something better eventually. I'm not really sure what yet. So let's work on that later and focus on what we're going to put on the right side. Let's put the dead box, but what am I going to do for the dead box is the question. I guess I'm just going to stick with the quarter circle. So where did we put our area Pokemon folder? I had an area Pokemon folder, right? No, apparently I did not. I had a folder. Let's make before I forget, let's make area Pokemon. Let's put that in there. Believe both of those two. Okay, one of these is Shroomish. Poor Shroomish being left all alone. So those two go in the area Pokemon, and I believe this one... Nope, that's not it. Where is the outline for area Pokemon? Or where's the background for area Pokemon? That would be right here. I found ya. You couldn't escape from me. Okay, and that's the old one, so we don't need that anymore. Let's just delete that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is... oh, it's not in the folder. Let's put layer 4 above these for now. Let's copy both of these and delete that. Copy both of those. Let's duplicate them. Can I do that? Duplicate layers. Oh, that'll create a new layer. That's not what I want. I guess I have to duplicate them one at a time. That is fine. Now let's duplicate layer 3. Put these two together. And I'm actually going to merge them together. Hopefully that was not a mistake. Let's right click, flip them vertically. And let's just slide this on down to the side. And I really should have used the arrow keys there, but I don't like waiting because I want it to match up perfectly with the top one. And I'd see, it follows the ends like right here, so let's go straight down. So this one has to end. I gotta go over a little bit apparently, and alright, there we go. Now they match up almost perfectly, and okay, that worked. Now the one thing we gotta do is get this dead Pokemon to be right there. So I have an idea, and I doubt it'll work, but let's try dead Pokemon. And I can't imagine any way when this will actually work is the problem. Is I need it to go the opposite way now. I need it to go up, and for that we will just use this. Let's see, right now it's at -35, so let's have it go to 35. Okay, now let's just turn it. This may be a lot easier than I thought it would be. Dead Pokemon, no. Let's line that up. I might have to make it a little smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it smaller. Hopefully that doesn't mess it up though, is the thing. And okay, we got this part lined up. We just need to skew it, so hopefully skewing isn't a bad idea, because last time it didn't work out great. Let's skew up a little bit, and That is looking decent. Let's drag this in just a little bit. And maybe that's almost about right. Turning it just a little. Boom, I think we got it. Dead Pokemon. Awesome. Okay, so we got that. Let's just throw oh, I don't want that. Let's just throw like a 5 in there because we all know I'm going to lose at least 5 Pokemon. And drag it up so it's nice and big. So it fills up most of the box like so. And that'll look good. So let's take the dead Pokemon layer style, throw it on a 5, and live a happy life. I'll probably change that later because it looks a little weird. But yes, that's how we do that. Dead Pokemon. We still got to find something to fit in right here because I don't like this big open space. So what else could we add? I have town. I have a location for the town. I have area Pokemon. I have the Pokemon party. I have badges. What can fit in that area right there is my next question. We could put... I have an idea. Probably a bad one, but I have an idea. Since I can't think of anything, let's just put like a little picture kind of thing. Let's go to player characters, find who is Platinum? Lucas is Platinum, who I think is like the stupidest design. I do not like Lucas's design at all. I don't know what it is about it, but I just cannot stand the design for Lucas. I think it's like just horrible. So let's shrink him down because he doesn't need to be so big. He's already arrogant enough as it is. Let's put him there, and of course we're gonna put a freaking Caterpie with him, because if you don't have Caterpies, it's obviously not awesome. I'm gonna put that. Let's bring in Caterbro and flip him around because he doesn't want to face Lucas. He wants to face away from Lucas. He wants to escape this freak. And we'll put Caterpie right there. Have his tail be behind Lucas, and move that up a little. Maybe. Okay, no, it's add maybe like an outer glow to these guys or something, make them stand out a little, because you got to make things pop. Got to make them like pop out at you and be like, oh my god, look at that, that is amazing. That's what you got to do. When you're making a layout, you got to make things stand out to people. That looks pretty cool. Let's go with that. Maybe a outer, no, we already have outer glow on him. Inner shadow? No. Inner glow? Yeah, you know, I like that. And we don't, the stroke completely ruins the inner glow effect. Let's go with that, and let's put this on our little Caterbro, see how that looks. Alright, I like that. You know what? That turned out quite well. I'm glad I decided to put that there, because I couldn't think of anything else. Now, what about like right up here? Because this area right here is also pretty plain. We could... maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I don't need something there. Maybe a blank pot is nice. It's refreshing. While I think of something else, let's work on this background because I don't like the stripes. It doesn't work for me. There's got to be something else I can do in my textures file. Let's look at black overlays. Oh, I love this black overlays file. There's so many things here that just look so black wood. That's a maybe. Black wood. That's dirty. Dirty. Stupid people making dirty jokes. Let's see what that looks like. It's black wood. Let's paste it on there, see if it fits at all. I doubt it'll fit, but you know, you won't know until you try. Always remember that. I don't know. I don't think I like this very much. It's just, it doesn't really match. I just wish those stripes didn't look so bad is the thing. They had so much potential, and all they did was fail, and that's the disappointing part. Let's remove it from the game area and see if that maybe makes it look any better. Delete that and make these two invisible. I don't know, it's not as bad when you have like the game there, I guess. I gotta add something else to the Pokemon to make them stand out a little more. Maybe which one's the border? This one's the border and outer glow. Let's see what an outer glow will look like there, because oh, that actually looks really awesome. Let's maybe make it white instead of like a yellow or silver. Let's go with like a silver, maybe. I don't know. You can't really, you don't want to mess with outer glow color a lot because it'll usually turn out bad if you do. That looks good. What about like a bevel? I don't know. It's just not like standing out enough for my liking. Oh, how awesome does that look right there? With the drop shadow. Oh, that actually looks really cool. You know what? I guess that'll work. I guess that'll have to do. So let's copy all these and then I'll just go to each one and paste the layer styles onto the border. Because making layouts is very time consuming. It doesn't take like 5 minutes. See, I had this pre-planned and it's still probably been like at least an hour now. I would not be surprised if it's been longer than that. Because it's very time consuming. And just knowing like exactly what you want to do can take forever sometimes. So I still don't know what I want to do with that top corner. Let's put Team Caterpie, bye. Just, you know, you got to self-promote yourself all the time. It's got to get your self-promotion in there. Let's put that up at the top. Take the dead Pokemon. Actually, no, let's just put that on there for now. I might edit some of these layers later to make them look not so bad, but that'll do for now. So get some self-promotion up in this place. Team Caterpie. Got the Pokemon, got the town name. I still don't know if I should make that bigger or not. I haven't decided. Another thing I don't like about, I think I might stick with this background. I'm not really sure, but like the border for the badges and the town name don't really stick out from it. So let's go see if we can like edit the colors of that. So which one is the border? Dang, I keep forgetting I don't have the layer styles in there anymore, so I can't change the border. I can't do anything about that, sadly. So I guess that'll have to do. I gotta stop being such a perfectionist. This looks actually quite nice. You know what? I think that's gonna wrap it up for how to make a border. I like the way this one turned out. That's right, I'm not gonna have the bottom screen for this emulator or for this layout, even though it is 2 screens. Platinum's bottom screen for the most part is very useless, and when it does need to be seen, I can simply just switch the screens and show you guys the bottom one instead once I figure out which button in Desume actually does that. So yeah, I'm going to be using Desume now because I don't know how to get, or what I'm using to randomize Platinum, you need to use Desume for. So if you guys know which button like flips the top and bottom screens, because I know Hayden does it in his videos and I don't know how. So if you know which button does that, make sure to tell me in the description below. So until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys have been asking for a very long time. It's took 1 hour and 7 minutes to make this, so you better freaking appreciate it. Hopefully this helped you guys. If it did, show me your guys' own layouts. Make sure to PM me your videos with layouts you've made. Try not to, you know, blatantly copy mine. Make your own. Make original stuff, guys. That's what you got to do. That's what this is for, to help you, teach you how to do some of this stuff. So until next time, I'm Hardy Tech Yo-Yo. This is what happens when I talk too long. I mess it up. Alright. Bye, guys.